Dear students, today I will explain P.B. Shelley's poem Ode to the West Wind. This poem has been composed by P.B. Shelley, who is a great lyrical poet and inspired bard and spontaneous singer. In fact, he is an unrivaled genius of his age, a supreme singing god. Besides this, I want to tell you that this poem has 5 stanzas in all, each stanza having 14 lines, and each line is composed in iambic pentameter. First, I read our lines. O wild west wind, thou breath of autumn's being, thou from whose unseen presence the leaves dead are driven like ghosts from an enchanter fleeting, yellow and black and pale and hectic red, pestilence-stricken multitude, O thou who clariest to their dark wintry bed, the winged seats where they lie cold and low, each like a corpse within its grave, until thine azure sister of the spring shall blow her clarion over the dreaming earth and fill driving sweet birds like flocks to feed in air with living ewes and udders, plain and hill, wild spill, which art moving everywhere, destroyer and preserver, hear, O hear. In the first stanza, the poet addresses the wild west wind as a living being and treats it as a powerful force moving everywhere, having the power of destruction and preservation. In other words, west wind acts as a preserver and destroyer also. When the west wind blows in the autumn season, we can see its effect on earth, in the sky, on the surface of the sea, and on the human mind also. The poet wants to say that west wind is the life of the autumn season. It has no form. It is not visible. But when it blows, it is so fearful and powerful that it swept away all the dry leaves of various colors. In the same way as a magician takes away evil spirits from place, all the dry leaves that falls on the earth may be of different color as yellow, black, pale, dark red, hectic red, dark red. All the dry leaves fly away in all directions in the same way as a group of people suffering from severe disease run here and there for their safety. The west wind acts as a destroyer because it destroys all the dry leaves, and act as a preserver as it saves winged seeds in the soil. All the seeds in the form of dry leaves pressed under the soil until azure sister, azure sister, judwa bahin, autumn season comes. In other words, all the seeds lie and take rest like a dead body in a grave until the proper time for their germination, budding, and flowering comes. The whole earth lie in a state of dream in the winter season. But when the spring season comes, it gives a loud call to the dreaming earth and wakes up with the soft touch of its breeze. As the spring season comes, all the fields and hills are gifted with birds, colors, sweet smells. The poet makes an appeal to the force to listen to him. And students, uh, it is more important for you that in this stanza the poet has used alliteration and simile figure of speech. Figure of speech, bhasha alankar. As for example, O wild west wind, alliteration figure of speech. Like ghosts, simile figure of speech. Each like इसमें simile figure of speech. Driving, simile figure of speech. In this way, the poet has used alliteration and simile figure of speech in the whole stanza. Thanks.